It's been over 20 years since the release of Attack of the Clones, and all the way back in 2002 was the last time we LEGO Star Wars fans got an official Jango Fett Slave 1. In those 22 years, we have also had 5, yes, 5 Boba Fett Slave 1s. And that's not even including the midi-scale and microfighter builds. Sadly, with no word from LEGO on a new official Jango Fett model anytime in the near future, I decided it was time to bring this ship to life using the design seen in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga video game. The model we see used in the 2022 video game is in fact the 20th anniversary edition of Boba Fett Slave 1. When this game was announced, one of the very first thoughts I had was, how are they going to do Jango Fett Slave 1? Are they going to use the 2002 model for the 2 pretty significant scenes we see Slave 1 in, or something else? Now, clearly on some parts of the ship, we have some changes compared to the version seen on screen. These sand green slopes really should be dark green. Also, if we come up here on the neck of Slave 1, these sand green tiles should also be dark green. And the designers chose to leave the yellow line on the slope here dark gray. But despite these few changes, this is the closest we've gotten to a new official Jango Fett Slave 1. So today, I'm going to be showing y'all how I reskin this, and how you can do the same with yours. All the parts that are being changed will be in the description of the video, so if you're looking for any specific pieces that need to get color swapped, just check down below. Alright, let's get started. So, this is what your finished product's going to come out looking like. There are a few pieces that we are going to have to substitute, and then there are also a couple pieces that don't exist. We'll get more into that in detail, but like this piece here, as you can see in the game, that piece actually does not exist in dark blue, but we'll get more into that in a little bit. Get started with the conversion. We're going to be doing the entire front assembly here, and basically I'm just going to show you guys what you're going to be changing to make it look like this. So we're going to start by removing the front canopy piece here. So we're going to take this off. This is going to get changed. We're going to put this over to the side. We are going to remove this and this. We're going to remove both of these. These are going to get changed to bright yellow. And then we are also going to remove this. That's going to get changed to bright yellow. Removing these. And again, the parts list for everything that you're going to need if you're going to do it the way I did it is going to be in the description. So just check that. Taking these off, goes to the side. We are going to remove this entire piece right here. Hopefully yours comes off in one bit. If it doesn't, take it all off like this. These double jumpers right here might stay on to your Slave 1. Just go ahead and take them off. That off there. We're going to come back to that in a second. And we are going to take off this. It's slope here. This one here. These both are going to come out. So both of these red ones on the side here. And both of these red ones right here. Okay, so 4 of those are going to be dark blue. Okay, and we're going to go ahead and take off these as well. Now, these are going to be your big green slope pieces. That will come right off, and then the other one just comes right off as well. So we need to take those off on both sides to get access to the red slope plates here and the double jumper right here. And we also need access to this, and there's a couple other pieces down here that we're going to get access to. Next, we're going to take the double jumpers off right here. So these usually come off with the slope piece like that. And those will just come right off. The bottom one is going to have a little plate on it. That's completely fine. You're going to change that over when we do the skin swap. Okay, so we are going to remove this. I kind of popped it up a little bit. It should just come off in one piece. It may separate on the bottom plates right here, but it should just come off in one piece. So we're going to set that there. we are going to get at this, lift that up. All right, so the next piece we are going to be removing are going to be this, and that is going to be the final two pieces of the front end that we are going to be changing. There you go. And so we're going to take both of these out from the other side as well. That one comes out no problem. These slopes sometimes when they're in there like this can be a little finicky. So after that, we're going to take off, I'm going to take off these two. I'm going to show you guys why I did have to do a couple of subbing for pieces. I think these do exist, these double jumpers in dark blue. I just ended up subbing my part. So we started by removing the dark green pieces here, and we're going to be putting them back. The pieces we're changing them for are 4 sand green cheese slopes. Camera focus in on that a little bit. There we go. So you guys can get the color idea. And those are literally going to just go back where you took them out of, like so. Then the red ones get changed out for the blue ones. There we go. Camera to focus. I'm gonna put those there. And then we're gonna put these back, one on each side. Flat 1x1 tile is gonna be this way, and then your 2 tiles will be this way. And then we are going to take our new blue slopes, dark blue slopes, with that jumper on it, the single spacer jumper. And then remember to take your piece off of the bottom of the red one and put it on the bottom of the blue one. And that will go right here. They stack on each other and just fit into place. And as you can see, the jumper isn't fully connected, but once the build is put together, you cannot tell at all. And these pieces, if you guys were curious, this piece here, this is supposed to be dark blue in the Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga. My research on Bricklink, I cannot find information that says that this actually does exist. These are going to get changed to these. You got your dark blue half wedges right there. And then, so if you're looking at the front of Slave 1 this way, the way we have it in the video, you've got one blue tile that's going to get put on this side. And then you have this tile that is going to be the side on the right in the video is going to be fully blue. That's how they have it in the game. Okay, so we got that down now. Those are connected. Great. We're gonna put our little tile back on there. That will fully connect everything down there. And voila, we are already coming together really, really nicely. The wedgers, one goes there, one goes there, and we're done with that side. This piece, which was originally this, I'll let you guys take a look at this in the video. Let me see if I can space them out a little bit better so you can see what you're working with. And there you go. That piece just goes right on there. So the side pieces here are going to get changed to yellow. Recycle these dark gray ones because you're going to be able to use them on the top of Slave 1 right here. As you can see, there's a couple that you're going to need for different spots. So you can recycle those and save yourself from having to order a bunch of extra parts. After that, it's basically just exactly how we took it apart. We are going to grab this. That goes there. These clip in right there and there. Makes it look nice and fancy. And then those go right over it. Now, what I wanted to show you guys was that cool trick I saw on TikTok recently. You take your, see, look, it just literally goes right up under it. Push it up under there a little bit, get yourself some leverage, and peel off the one from your red one and put it on your blue one. That's all you got to do. So once you get those on, you're going to replace your 4 red slopes with 4 blue slopes. And then just line up like that. Yeah, that's what it should look like that. And literally all we're gonna do now is we're gonna replace those gray pieces, which are these here. Camera focus, thank you. And we're going to replace them with the yellow. And then the grill gets changed to yellow as well. Like that. We're going to inspect the cockpit piece that we took off in the beginning. I'll let you guys go ahead and pause so you guys can see the big differences in between them, different spots. So you're gonna need 2 of these yellow slopes, 3 1x2 yellow plates, and 2 yellow cheese wedges. You're also gonna need to replace these side, you know, those like stud little connector plate things. Come on, camera. You'll need to replace those. I left this one sand green because you can't see it. And then the side wedge, both of them just get changed to dark gray because that's a little simpler. And that just goes back on like so. There you go. And that is your front assembly piece done. So coming over to the middle section now, we are going to be removing this here. And we're going to be removing this green stud here. This is going to get changed to gray. And we're just going to reskin that. That is a light bluish gray 1x1 plate. Next, we are going to take off this piece here. Hold the neck and then grab this piece here. This is going to get changed to dark blue. So here is what you're going to be changing it to. Here is your comparison. Pretty simple. Then we remove the little wedge plate, and now we can have access, lift this up and have access to take this plate off. Now this curved plate, unlike the blue ones up here, this curved plate is going to get changed to light bluish gray, as well as this one here is going to get changed to light bluish gray. Now, really, one of my favorite parts of this build was the yellow right here, and you'll be changing them out. We are going to take off this double jumper. We're going to be doing the same trick that we did with the other one on the front up here, where we used a single jumper and a single stud. I have found that taking these off first, ooh, that just shot at me, is the easiest way to get to that piece that we got to get to change that one part. So we're gonna take, and I mean, these already have to come off as it is anyway, because these are red and these got to be blue. So there we go. Now, I did find the best way to get at it was to literally just wedge your Lego spreader up under there. If this comes off, then you can get these no problem. So it's not that hard. I just, like I said, I found the best way to do it was to take these off first and then go from there. We are also going to be removing this cheese wedge here. This assembly is a little looser down once you get down here, so just be careful. It is going to be a little bit looser, so we're going to take that off. We're going to take the red wedge off, and we're going to take the red slope off. And it is going to come off with one of these, so, and I'll show you in the redo, but remember to replace that. This was honestly the hardest part of the build. These two pieces have to get changed to blue. And I know what you're thinking. You're looking at these and you're like, oh, that's not very hard. Well, it actually is, because this isn't Yeah, there you go. Now you can see. One of these is a 1x2 plate, red plate, and then under it is the plate that you need to get to. And you got to do this for both sides. So I'm going to show you the best way I figured out how to do this. It is not... This is the most difficult part of the reskin. What I did was I took this off, and you're going to need to take both of the little tiny slope pieces off down there. So you're going to need to take this one off and then do the exact same on the other side as well. What I'm trying to do is unhook this assembly so we don't break a bunch of pieces on the actually built Slave 1 right now, and it will be a lot easier to put back together. So we are going to take these plates off as well. So you can see that getting to the first one, that's no problem. It's getting to that second one that's not fun at all. Now I am also going to, while we're here, we're going to change some other pieces as well. This right here and this one right here are going to get changed to dark gray as well. That is what the reskin calls for as well. So when we put this one back together, these will not be the same pieces. So, oh, and it would just be so nice if you could just get to it from right here, wouldn't it? So here is how I did this. And again, I preference you're not gonna enjoy doing this. This may be the reason you take the entire set apart and rebuild from the ground up, which if you do, more props to you, dude. I just didn't really feel like doing that. I'm just gonna go ahead and take off these skin pieces. And you could also take this door off if you wanted to. I didn't really feel necessary to do that, but you can. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove this block here. Yours hopefully will come out in one section. You should just be able to lift this out afterwards, and voila. That is all we had. That's literally the part that we had to get to do this, and it took that long to get to it. Now that we have both of these off, also don't forget, once we get down to this end over here, to change this plate out. We've got new plates that got to go on both sides of the ship. This side has 2 right here, and this side has 1 right here. So both of those are going to go on the ship. So we're going to take our new blue pieces, and if you were able to get it wedged up to get it done, this one I kind of took off by mistake, but I'm going to go ahead and put that back. Just put that back there, and we'll do this one over here. And then we'll press those down, and that is the really, really hard part done. We've got that. We have got this one. Got that. And now we're just going to start adding the reskinned blue pieces to Slave 1. We're also going to put, like I said, with this one, we're going to do that same trick that we did, and we're just going to create our own jumper plate. Now, these are my favorite to add on to the build. It really starts pulling this design together. And then you'll just start adding back your blue-skinned pieces of your Slave 1. We're starting to have our build coming together, aren't we? Now, remember, our red ones we took off are getting changed to blue. There's that. And we get that back in there. That back in there. These little guys are going to go back, and because they basically like connect the assembly that we took off, and they keep it like attached. And then we add the dark blue triangle pieces. There we go. All right, so I went ahead and reskinned this side as well. So now we are on to our, really, I love the way this adds the look to the ship. So we're going to take this piece and we click that down there, and then we plop that on top of that. Take this, and we're gonna go ahead and pop that in right there. These are, I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side without showing y'all, but this, well, actually, maybe I guess you guys will get to see it. But these are your stabilizing, like they're like brace pieces for the Slave One's build. Because when you put those wedgers on it, it kind of gives it a little bit more support. The last thing of this segment, or like this section of the build, is going to be this plate. This is dark gray, this wedge is dark gray, this gets changed to light gray. Here's your comparison piece. And same for over here. Here is your original piece, and here is the piece that we are going to be using. There we go. And that will complete this section, and in the next section we're also going to reinstall these to their yellow pieces. Alright, so we are back up here with the Slave One after getting our piece put on here. And we'll flip that around, and we've gotten that put on here. And congratulations, guys. If you have made it this far, you are almost done. Your Slave One is just about switched over to Jango Fett's Slave One. Not too far left to go. So where we're going to start now is we're going to be changing these and the side piece here and here, and we're also going to be changing the guns around. Now, these are the ones that came off of the Boba Fett model. And literally all we're going to change is the under plate here is going to get changed from sand green to light bluish gray. And then the tooth is going to get changed from sand green, let my camera focus, sand green to light bluish gray there. That's the only pieces on the gun assembly that has to get changed. So these are from the Boba Fett one. We're going to put those aside. And these are going to be the new ones that we're going to be putting on. Now, the wing assembly, so it just has those 3 clips that hold the wing on, and then the top will come off as well, and we're going to cover these pieces as well, but I just wanted to show you that they come off really easy. The skin for the wings, this is going to be the, so if we're looking at Slave One this way, this is going to be the right, this will be the left this way. So this wing is getting changed to this color scheme here. This is how they do it in the game. So we have 1 2x4 dark gray on the new one. You can recycle all of those. This is getting changed from sand green to dark gray here. And then it's light bluish gray on this piece, and then the yellow is added to the wing right there. That's how that is going to look on that side. And on this side, it's a little different, which is why I can't just tell you to do the exact same thing. So you're going to use 3 light bluish grays here, and then you're also going to change this sand green piece to a light bluish gray 2x4 here. Everything else gets carried over. Everything else is the same on this wing, and then, your big yellow piece as well, which obviously really gives it that unique Jango Fett look. And there you go. We are done with the wing assembly. So there you go. As we spin that around, you can see that we are almost done making this Jango Fett Slave One. All right, so the top plates, these were the ones that came off the Boba Fett one. The top plates come off like this. Now, here's another thing that you are going to have to sub. Not too difficult, though. Thankfully, this is not something that was difficult to sub at all. So on the Boba Fett one, those dark green pieces are these. To my research on Bricklink, I could not find this in sand green. I guess they don't make this in sand green yet. But what they do make is sand green half slopes. So that's your changing front piece up there. And then the bottom piece, this is the one from the Boba Fett one. And you can see you'll have 2 of these sand green tiles, and I would say you could recycle them, but you're actually going to have to move them over to here on this piece that's for the Jango model. You're also going to need 2 more of those dark ones here, and then you're going to need a sand green flat, like half slope, I think. I'm bad with the names of these sometimes. But you're going to need a sand green one on one side and a dark gray on the other. And so we'll just add that to the build. And there we go. We'll add our guns. And we have almost got our Slave 1 done. Final bit is going to be changing the front plates up here to the Jango Fett variant. That sand green brick, you can reuse this for the side slopes. And the side slopes are also the original ones on the Slave 1 are dark gray. They need to go to light bluish gray for Jango Fett's if you want to do it completely accurate to the game build. So the 2 front slope pieces are going to come off. I'm just going to go ahead and take that piece off because it doesn't... Okay, this sand green one is going to come back off, but I'm going to go ahead and put this back on because that does still need to be there. And I'll come over here. And get that sand green one off. And we're also going to need to take this gray one off because this is actually going to get moved. It's literally getting moved 1 down right there. So go ahead and press that into place. That is where its new home is going to be, is right there. We're going to take 1 yellow slope here, pop that into place, and you are done there. You're going to take 2 of these dark gray ones here. My camera will focus. Thank you. And pop those on there. You're also going to take another dark gray one and pop it in here. And your final dark gray one goes right here. And that's how they have it set up in the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga game. And you can just go ahead and put your plates back on. It was just a little easier to get to them when they were off. All right, sand green slopes. These are the last pieces that we're going to be changing from the original build to Jango Fett's new build. And these are just going to go back on the same way they came off. If you have ever built this set, you already know these kind of don't... They almost seem like they're not going to go on, and then if you, like, jiggle them just right, they will go back into place. They have a fancy look. Like, it didn't look like it was going to go into place, and then voila, it went into place. So the tolerances are extremely tight, but they do fit. All right here, guys, that's going to wrap it up for us. If you made it this far, congratulations. You should have a Jango Fett Slave 1 reskinned from the Boba Fett 20th anniversary model. Hopefully, LEGO will officially give us this set sometime in the future soon. I'm not banking on it. It's been, again, over 20 years, so we'll see. But for now, this is going to have to do, and I really hope you all are happy with the way this came out. Thank you for watching the video, and have a great day.